I believe Barack Obama is far more radical than people say.
Yes,
hardcore
I think
socialist.
Barack Obama is a socialist.
The most radical leftist president in American history.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
Yes, certainly that is some bullshit.
Totally. Those buttholes are moving the goalposts.
Yes, that is silly. Check out these other presidentes.
Proto-communist and father of the Constitution, James Madison believed that for the well-being of the Republic, we should guard against extreme differences in wealth. Fellow proto-communist Thomas Jefferson also warned of the threat of inequality and suggested taxing the poor to a lesser degree. Liberal Abraham Lincoln spent heavily on infrastructure, authorizing the Transcontinental Railroad, creating jobs and facilitating growth. Socialist Teddy Roosevelt, along with every president of the last 100 years, supported the redistribution of wealth. He once said, "I believe in a graduated income tax on big fortunes, and a graduated inheritance tax on big fortunes, and increasing rapidly in amount with the size of the estate." Socialist Herbert Hoover assaulted the wealthiest Americans when he hiked the top income tax rate from 25% to 63%. He also supported the construction of Hoover Dam, a massive government project. But that's nothing compared to communist Dwight Eisenhower, who spent loads of taxpayer dollars on infrastructure, most notably the interstate highway system. No big deal, this radical communist taxed the rich at 91%. Communist Obama wants to move the rate from 35% to 39%. Anti-business tree hugger Richard Nixon created the Environmental Protection Agency and signed the Clean Air Act, burdening businesses with regulations that protected the environment and public health. Nixon also had a health care plan. He wanted to impose an employer mandate, forcing all job creators to provide health care for their employees. Nixon once pathetically wrote this to Congress: "Without adequate health care, no one can make full use of his or her talents and opportunities."
Sí.
Liberal Ronald Reagan granted amnesty to almost 3 million illegal Mexicans. Then, he raised capital gains tax rates up to 28%, making them equal to tax rates on ordinary income. What a liberal. What's worse, Reagan strongly supported the Earned Income Tax Credit, which redistributes wealth to lower-income workers. As recently as 2008, almost every Republican candidate believed global warming was real. That year, Newt Gingrich even joined forces with Nancy Pelosi to fight climate change.
Our country must take action to address climate change.
But this was before the Tea Party imposed true conservatism on the Republican Party. And in 2012, silly John Huntsman was all alone. Every other Republican candidate had come to realize that global warming was a joke. Scientists, how dumb do you think we are? What about this Mitt Romney? He used to believe in an individual mandate, like the one in Obamacare.
Although you backed away from mandates on a national basis. Oh no, I like mandates.
But now that Mitt Romney wants to fit in, he hates this plan.
I was a severely conservative Republican governor.